thank and appreciate all the hard efforts that we have done, I and my master, Dr. Sana, because she has shown such a great, intelligent, and powerful person. She encouraged me whenever I need. She motivated me when she feels that there is a necessity for. I also would like to express my intimate and grateful respect to her because she has shown something important concerning research writing. She said, if you want to be such a good person in knowledge, you have to publish researches so that people will understand your achievements. This is one. Second, if you need a history in a country, whatsoever, whenever you work or study, you have to do something that will be achievable in the future. So this is precious, valuable, and highly recommended advice I have got from my master, and I'm so happy to work with her, to be her student. So all these introductory information is for her. Thank you, Doctor. If we look at the idea of utility, you might say that the research will talk about something related to literature or something related to literary ideas. The idea here is mingled between two things. The first one is how could you express about yourself concerning literary devices, and the second one is to express about linguistic. So figurative language is something related to applied linguistics. And I'm so proud to work with my master because it is her specialty. So when you look at the title, you will understand many different things. One of them is the research is going to be talking about literature in particular. The research is going to be talking about different elements. One of them is what's called simile, and the second one is how could we employ these elements in terms of meaning. So utility means support, facilitate, help. When you read. Recently, we have understood that there is a key, and from that key, there are solutions. The key here in this speech is about media. The word media might get you when you are trained to printing media, electronic media, or what's called in scientific way, optic, electronic, or graphic. All these elements have been shown within the research. But I would summarize them in one element. It is necessary to differentiate between two types of media. The first one we have is called mass media. What's called in our daily life is called marketing, general public, others say general relations, public relations. All these terms could be summarized in one element that is called mass media. So media news is about a branch of this part in particular. What is going on now, could we as writers, as speakers, as readers, as journalists, or as the British people say, journalism is the key for satisfaction. Journalism is the key for changing ideas of people. Those who will read, those who will listen, those who will see. So all these, read means comprehension, see means visual, thinking means interpretation. All these people will show us how could we differentiate between all these elements. So now from this introductory information, we understand this type of research might be the first one under the supervision of my master because it has statistical information. You see? You see the difference? So excellence, to be an excellent person, you have to present something special. You know? So statistics were very difficult to be collected. how could I collect the statistics? I rely on Facebook contacting all my friends to get that from them, and then analyze them. So this is the product. The purpose is to see whether metaphor and simile could change, could influence. I do not say affect. I do not say affect, because when I say affect, this means medical. As I'm saying to you, an influence. Could I, when you read my article, influence you? Influence you or not? Not effective, because when I say effect, it means that I will change all the idea. So this is the abstract I have shown in the collection. It's clear, I have explained to you. Now, Lieberman and Foster, those two presented for us an idea about the context. So you have to differentiate between something written and something that could be read. So context, the qualities, any context when you write, it needs some qualifications. One of them is grammar, how to use the grammar accurately, with perfection, with thorough, and at the same time, could you, when you write, satisfy or dissatisfy people? So this is the first one. Each, look at the time, the chronological development of the idea of media. Leach has presented something else for us. He talks about what's called interpretation. When you read my context, when you read my article, when you listen to my speech, could you comprehend the things that have been stated? Could you understand them or not? This is the second development. The third is your speech has a kind of integrity. Could you say something qualified, reliable, salient, important or not? So all these things have been stated to you. Now, go back to the problem. The problem is, could we accept or not these ideas? So the study has been showing three elements. One of them is the top, figures of speech. The second one is called figurative language, this means linguistics. And the third one is called tropes. The word tropes means metaphor and simile. What is the difference between metaphor and simile? Metaphor, it is a comparison between two things, but it's implicit. Not explicit. It is implicit. Simile is a comparison between two things that is clear, could be got. You see the difference now? This is in the problem and the hypothesis and methodology. Yes, the hypothesis could be figures of speech, metaphor and simile. Could both of them help, facilitate, support media, news media, mass media, or not? This is the hypothesis. And I would add something that my master said: when you write an hypothesis, you have to take into account your problem, your purpose of research, your methodology. The research has relied upon what's called quantitative data. It is one of the types of doing a research that relies upon data, sampling, analysis, and statistics. Here is the important part. Look at the numbers. When you look at the numbers, you will understand that the research is statistical and analytical, and at the same time it is descriptive. I have got from all these analyses that 79% the ratio of those who have participated has shown they do accept that metaphors and simile as figurative language because of speech could influence, could help, could facilitate mass media and the news media. And those who do not accept 22. You see, this is the analysis of the statistics according to our collection and sampling. Males and females, they have been participated. The numbers is 100 participant respondents. As the British people say, respondents means participants. What I could say that when we have a kind of research that could be applied within a short period of time, you could follow types of analysis. It's called Duptainus questionnaire. Duptainus questionnaire. It's a type of analyzing new data and information. Last part, I would emphasize, when you present something, you have to cite. You have to cite and refer to those authors, writers from them. As I have mentioned here, dear doctor, the thing that is very important, could we accept as audience and public the idea of submissive deference, because these are the tools of the media? Could we accept that? Do you know what this means, the word submissive? Could we? When we talk about metaphor and simile, they are figures of speech, right? Figurative language, truths, right? Metaphors and simile could influence whom? Audience or public? When I say audience, this means difference. تعرفون شنو difference؟ إجبار، إكراه، لو بقناعة، بموافقة. I will tell you about my speech. You need to accept it by force or by interest. So, if it is by interest, which picture of them could refer to the title of my research, in your own idea, in your own opinions, in your own views? So when I want to satisfy the audience, it means when I will talk about politics, I want to talk about politics. Do you accept? Why? Because it is something normal. Daily stories. So this is what? Which one? I have done this in order to understand, comprehend whether you are with me in the speech or not, whether you are understanding what I'm saying or not, because a researcher, an excellent researcher, is a person who could agitate, يثير الآخرين, agitate people in order to cope with, حتى ينسجمون with what he has stated. So what do you think? Why the emoji concerning the public smiling, but the audience, why? This is body language. I am a trainer and I know how to. What do you think? And there?
You deserve to be more than a trainer.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Professor, تلبق لك لإلك.
يلا شد الهم. I am an expert trainer. أنا أدرب حاليا في العراق شهريا أعلى مستويات في العراق.
يا جماعة إذا ضيعتوا شيء رجعوا له ريلي.